Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Satisfactory 1.0, where we currently have finished building 1 terawatt worth of power. And boy howdy, does this thing look freaking amazing. And it's not even done yet. There is still a little bit more design, a little bit more extra that we can kind of throw in there and play around with, but I gotta say, what is designed right now, truly remarkable. I freaking love it, and I can't wait to continue. But unfortunately, I'm gonna take a pause from this. I know, I'm sure everybody came here ready to see some wonderful designs on how I was going to finish this up. And I would love to, but I want to take a pause on this just for a second, because although I'm making 950,000 megawatts of power, or 950 terawatts of power, not oh my god, I'm terrible at this. Let me say it again. Okay, although I'm making 950,000 megawatts of power, or 950 gigawatts of power, that still isn't enough. I want to hit that 1 terawatt, kind of milestone. But to do that, I kind of have to revisit an old favorite. Now everything's smoking up and looking fantastic. Now everything is good. I kind of wish that these little guys right here would kind of back up just a smidgen. I would love it if some of these fuel rods would actually last a little bit longer, so these things always stay going, because I don't really like that one little dip, but I can live with it. It is what it is, whatever. But today I want to do something very fun. Actually, I want to bring us back to the good old days when I was building my original power plant. The wonderful, the beautiful, the amazing Chain Lightning. All the way over here, located in, what was this, the Spire Coast? The Spire Coast. This place looks fantastic, and I was thinking, well, okay, hear me out on this. So I love so much about this. The thing that I don't like about it is the fact that, well, it was built in like olden times, back in the day. So of course we had to make everything loud as can be. Jesus Christ. Sometimes these machines need to shut the hell up. But it was back in the day when I didn't have a lot of power shards for a lot of this stuff. So some of this stuff was kind of just built, it was built with what we had. But definitely none of this over here was built with power shards. So of course, it's humongous. And I don't like that. Not to mention, it was built with old recipes, which is kind of sad, because the newer recipes are a lot better. Not to mention, the newer fuel types are a lot better too. Like, think about this. What's the best way to put this? The one recipe that I have for this is it's making heavy oil residue, and then it's putting it into like a packager / unpackager kind of thing or whatnot. So we need packaged water. All that stuff is a waste of time, because what you could be doing is could be using a blender. All right, and then this little puppy right here can make diluted fuel. So it just is water and heavy oil residue. So that kind of helps things out tremendously. But of course, that's just one step of it. But what if I was to make it into something else? Like, what if I was to make it into, I don't know, let's say rocket fuel? Wouldn't that be fun? Then I could use less resources, and I could design something I could design something really cool for it. Although I do love this. This is amazing. Oh, that is so cool. But yeah, I could technically rebuild this whole thing and have it. Now, why would I want to do that? That is a good question. Some of you are wondering, what would be the point? If I have so much power over there, what do I need to redo this for? Well, this is going to be my backup power. If everything goes down in the power plant over there, I want to have backup power just to be safe. So having this over here is great. But of course, it's using all the oil in the world. See all this water coming in here? That's about how much oil that I have coming over here. It's all of it. It's everything. And at last, I might need that oil for, say, I don't know, plastic or rubber going forward. So why not have something different? So like everything else, let us plan and see what we got. This right here, this is a fuel generator, and if it's at 250%, I only need 230 of them. Now, what would happen if I made 240? Ooh, that's such a nice number. And it gives me 150,000 megawatts of power. So let's go with 250, because if we're rebuilding this, we might as well rebuild it for some fun. So then if I take this out, we have rocket fuel with this one, or rocket fuel with this one. Ooh, so this needs 1,250 nitrogen gas. Versus this one that would need, so 500 versus 600. I need an extra 25% worth of nitrogen gas for this one. So no bueno. So we'll go with this one. The biggest problem is going to be nitrogen gas. So let us go over there, and because we're in a time crunch, or the fact that I'm just lazy, let's use this one. Now just grab some power. We'll get some power and get you connected right here. And you connected right here. Definitely don't forget to switch over to my jetpack, otherwise that's going to be a bad time. Whee! And then we fly over here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the boss is here. Time to get to work. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is making me 1,950. So if I only need 950 for it, I can utilize the rest of it. Well, hot damn, I guess this is going to be the thing. Damn, I could actually use so much more over here. Oh, and I just realized that's 3 lines, so that's... Wait, 600, that's 1,800 I have here. So I didn't even utilize the last line over here. You know what? This is gonna be fun. You know what else I realize is over here? There's this impure SAM node. There's this pure SAM node. So that's 1,500 SAM per minute. So what if, all right, hear me out on this. What if I was able to take a converter and I was able to convert something into the material that I need? So like, just let's say the nitrogen gas, okay? So let's say I convert it to bauxite. Well, I have copper that can convert to bauxite, and then that. What if what can oil convert into? Can oil convert into anything? That would be so cool if it. Oh, I was kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping that these lines of oil that I had here, I can convert them into something else, which is kind of sad. I mean, I do have other stuff in the area as well, like normal, impure, impure. There's some impure copper over here. I know there's some copper over here too. Yeah, I passed one on the way in. Would any of that be worth it? No. I mean, I do need sulfur and sulfur, or I played around with it a little bit more. Who knows? Anyway, we're not worried about that right now. Right now is the worst part about all of this. I have to start tearing everything down. I want to keep a bunch of it, but at the first part, I'm going to have to start tearing it down because we're going to have to start rebuilding. Oh, yeah, that is... Oh, that is going to be tough. Oh, my inventory is going to get so full. This took way longer than I would like it to have, but at least I did build a bunch of blueprints, which did help. Although it was a pain in the butt. Anywho, time to start building a brand new power plant. A nice and easy one. That's right, this is only going to take maybe an episode or two. Alright, so looking into it, the first thing that I'm going to need to build is under production, and that is going to be refineries. So let's see, you little guy. What did I have? I had it like right here. Okay. The first thing I need to do is make 37.5. No. Let us clock speed that to 250%. 15. Yeah. So much better. Because how much is that actually producing? That is giving me 1,500 heavy oil residue per minute. But then again, if I made plastic and rubber, I could have plenty. No. We're not worried about this right now. We're just worried about a power plant. Okay. So we need heavy oil residue. We need these thrown in here. Boom. So now the question is, do I make it really compact? Because then I would have to do the center differently. Let me build out the machines and then organize the machines and see if I can make it nice and compact and beautiful looking. I have very good faith in myself. Okay, I have an idea. I have a design. I have a general proof of concept. And I have a bunch of water extractors I don't need, so I gotta delete those too. What do I think about this? If I do it right with like arcs or whatever it's called, I might be able to combine this together for something. All right, check this out. So I'm thinking, what if I do like this? Okay, then I can go to foundations and I can go something like this and like a double ramp or something like that. Double ramp. How's that? Oh, that looks kind of weird. So maybe not a double ramp on this one. What about this one? And something like that. And then of course this middle one's just got to be completely flat. And that, I mean, it would make sense. It would kind of go, and then I could kind of have the edges be something like, you know what, hold on a second. This might be a little bit easier with this. Then the edges, what did I, oh, that's right. I had this right here. That is a blueprint. Haha, I forgot. So we can combine the blueprints like that. What? What are you doing there? Well, crazy guy. And then do I have something extra over here? Like that on the edge? Maybe. But if I can actually get this linked together pretty well, I think it could kind of look really cool because there's a lot of pipes that go into it. But here is the issue. So this one right here. All right, maybe I should explain. I should probably explain. Let's rewind back. Bruh. All right, so what I have here is I have heavy oil residue. We have 8 of those making heavy oil residue. Hooray. Really? See? And this is why I was using the power thing. These 4 over here are making petroleum coke. Do I need 4? No, but 4 kind of fits in the theme that I got going on here, so I kept with it. All right, these 4 down here, which I definitely don't need 4 because they're all at 50%, is making me fuel. So this also needs heavy oil residue. Then what did we have? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these, all making... Wait, why is this making rocket fuel? This is not supposed to be making rocket fuel. Oh, but this side's better. Turbo fuel. I have 8 on this side, 8 on that side, all making turbo fuel. After I changed some recipes. No wonder why. See? You gotta love the new update where, you know, copy and paste is it's a thing of the past, really. As long as you choose the right one. Okay, those are still red, which means that these up here, Really? I need my power. See, this is why you gotta prep everything. There we go. These 12 that are up top, these are all making me rocket fuel. They need turbo fuel and nitric acid. Those 8 plus those 8 are making me my turbo fuel. And those 4 up the top are making my nitric acid. So this nitric acid just has to be hooked up in here. Nitric acid needs a nitrogen gas, which I have to bring over here, which might look cool with, what do you want to call it? A drone port. So I might do that. I'm thinking of that. I'm probably going to do that because it sounds awesome. So if I get the nitrogen gas over here, I have water, and then I just need the iron plate. This little guy over here needs petroleum coke. Hey, I'm making petroleum coke over there. Hot damn. I also need sulfur, which is going to be nowhere near here. So anywho, so I'll need sulfur. I'll be able to make fuel, heavy oil residue, and petroleum coke. And if you're wondering where the fuel is, it's down here. Heavy oil residue and water. There we go. So yeah, if I can hook all this up properly, all I would need to bring over is some iron plates and some sulfur. All right, I did some things. I connected some stuff, and it's looking like it's working. So we're almost done with the turbo fuel. I just need sulfur and quite a bit of it. And I have got an idea of what to do for sulfur. So check it out. Transportation. We're going drones. If I have 2 drones, one here and one here, I should be able to bring over 750 sulfur per minute. I just have to find a good location. Because relatively speaking, I'm using a lot of sulfur on the map already. Oh, and then one more thing. Check this guy out. It's making compacted coal. I am making a bunch of compacted coal in these, and I was like, well, do I just throw it into the, garbage dump? And then I'm like, wait, what if, before I add in all these wonderful fuel generators, I add in coal generators. All right, ran the numbers. 14 fully overclocked coal generators. 14, that's crazy. So how many I can fit? So if I put one here, 2, 3, 4. 4 fit perfectly. So that would be 8. And then if I did a second layer, because, why not? I could have it a little bit more inward. Because, what is it? Let's see. I'm loving it. All right. How far does it go before? Well, actually, if I had it like somewhere here, I could have double smokestack, and then that would just get rid of all the compacted coal. I would need a little bit of water. I wonder where I'm gonna get that. Am I right? And that will get me an extra 2,000 something other megawatts of power. Oh yeah, and it would be like its own little cool thing over here. I love it. And then look how much space and how much difference all this, because this was all filled all the way back here. All that space is now compacted in this. I freaking love that. That's insane. All right, let me get it where it's actually up and running, and it should be good. We have power. Well, not really, because none of that's hooked up, but we have, what is it called? Rocket fuel. And plenty of it, which is kind of nice. I hooked everything up, tested it out, see where my issues lie. Everything seems to be working, but I don't know if it's working efficiently. Here's the big problem. Next up, I need to build fuel generators, but I want to basically make an homage to this one right here. So I want all the fuel generators to be attached in a specific way. And then each one is like, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 5, 6. I had 6 layers on that. And I have 6 pipes over here, which is great. because each pipe has 2 of these combined together. So if I take this pipe right here, this makes 210 rocket fuel per minute, which means we have 420 rocket fuel per minute per line. Now that's very interesting because now we need to see how much does it burn? How much does it burn? All right, let's put one down, give us some power, and then we'll take one line, and then we'll take one line and we'll bring one line over here. So that's now putting it in rocket fuel. It lives. So let's see, 10.42. So if I have 420, now if I divide that by 10.42, 10.42, really? 10.42, yeah. So that means that we need 40.3, or what I could do, quiet down you, quiet down you. I can figure out a way to get it to go to 10, 240%. I'm a wizard. So at 240%, sorry, let's stand over here where it's not blaring in our ear. So at 240%, we could have 42 per layer for each pipe. Oh, that is going to be a pain in the butt, but definitely it's going to be grand. I just love the fact that all of this space that was taken up over here is now combined into the sick system. Well, time for the next set. Building 6 floors with 42 almost fully overclocked fuel generators per floor. All right, I'm on it. I'm on it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's me work my magic. Well, okay, so that's fun. Everything's hooked up and running. I mean, efficiently is a strong word. It's running. It's definitely going. The biggest issue I'm having with is maintaining a proper flow. I wonder why. But this setup is actually looking really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. But of course, it still needs flare. We're not producing as much of the stuff as I thought we would be. These up here are... Oh, what did I mess up? Now... Whatever, Mark 5. Mark 5. Or these are all completely full because there's no water. Oh. Oh yeah, that would definitely do it. That would definitely do it. All right, we'll see if that's better because that'll make 600, right? Yep. So 600 going into that pipe, 600 going into that pipe. Each one only needs 400. Are they all making smoke? Well, this one not yet. But the water is actually getting through. So yes, crisis averted. Now the only problem is getting rid of all this excess compacted coal. Yeah, it's a little backed up. Ooh, throw that away. All right, so hopefully that works, and then our level will start to even out. And this little puppy will make me 1 terawatt when it's fully up and running, hopefully. If not, we'll tear it down and make it some more. But now that we have everything over here and it all looking good, I can tear down the rest of this. I just wanted to leave it up a little bit longer because, come on, little buddy. We're going to go all the way over here and I'm going to show you the front of it. This over here, I want to remake this big monstrosity that I had made before. I want to make that on the other side. So I'm going to take pictures of it and I'm going to build it before I tear it down. Also, I want to include all these wonderful like chain blueprints and stuff like that into there. I also want to include chain lightning, maybe call it chain lightning 2, electric boogaloo. Ooh, that would actually kind of be cool. And then get everything on there. And then of course, I've been throwing away stuff as I have it because, you know, I don't need all this wonderful stuff that's, you know, clogging up my inventory. Let that kind of get destroyed. And then we'll start building and adding some flair to it. And then that should be fun. Whee! Ladies and gentlemen, good news! It's built. It's built. It's looking fantastic. There's a few more things to do, but nothing that I'm going to be able to finish in this episode, unfortunately. I had to bring in some other stuff. Let me fly really quickly. I had to bring in more sulfur because unfortunately the sulfur that I had coming in on the drones was not good enough. So I had to bring in a belt. I might just bring in a second belt, probably from... Ooh, where is resources? Probably take one of these. That'll be 300. Can bring this over here. I got the 600 here. And then that way, that'll get me 900 coming in. Because I sure as hell don't need it at my tower. And yeah, now all I have to do, all I want to do for left for this build is I have to hook up. The whole reason that I built it was, let's go over here a little quieter. The whole reason that I built this is under power, we have something called the priority power switch. So this little bugger, I want to set up and make sure that this grid stays on. Everything over here stays on in case my wonderful nuclear stuff just continues to fail and it falls apart and something happens. If there's a meltdown, I want this as backup power. That was the whole point of it. And it is condensed. It looks freaking phenomenal. Oh, we do have to go see it from the front because, you know, what's the point? I want to show you the evolution. All right, you see these lovely signs that are over here? Yeah, that's where the original front of the building is. That's how much condensed it is. And I gotta say, it condensed so much. Oh, and being able to put this back in here. Oh, I was so proud of it because I love it. It was a big staple of the last one and it has to stay in the new one. Now, there's only one minor issue, is the walls. I feel that this building actually looks better with an open concept. I want to add in a few more chains like in the front like we had before. Maybe the spiral on the side as like a homage to what we had before. But the open concept, because if you look back here, everything looks just so condensed, so good. All of these are running perfectly. Everything is great. I think this, like this, just left alone, is perfect. And Chain Lightning 2 is back up and running, unless you guys think that there's a new name for it. Because here's what we got going on. It's not 144 like it was before. So each one of these is running at 10, 600. So each one is 600 megawatts, okay? Each one of these is running at 165.4. So if we pay the math budget, that's going to be nice and easy. We have 42. Okay. Whoa. Marceau. Bracket. 42 per floor. There are 6 floors. Each floor is making 600 megawatts. Okay. So we are going to 151.2. Well, that shouldn't be right, right? I had the modular say it was 150. Maybe something's wrong. Hold the phone. Each one of these makes 210 rocket fuel per minute. Each one has been running at 100%. That is just a given. Okay, so at 210, that is, each one takes 10. All right, man, we really are having to pay the math budget. Jeez. Yeah, 10 per minute, making me 600 megawatts. Okay. So that's 21 of the, that would be 21 of these. Okay, times 2, that's 42 because each one is hooked together. There's 6 lines. So we have 42 times the 6 lines. All right. Times 600. Okay, that should be it. Then we add in what is being happening over here, which is we have 4, 8. We have 16 of these. So 16 at 165.4. All right, let's get a little out of here. 165.4 times. Okay, we have 16 of those. That is 153,846.4 megawatts. That's quite a bit of megawatts. That's quite a wonderful production. I can't complain about that. But why did I think it was 150? I thought I set it to 150. All right, time to bring up our trusty, rusty modeler. I ran into a problem with the modeler. Turns out you can break this thing with a small setup. So this is a plan for the future, and it is taking forever to load because, well, let's face it, it does not want to load. There is too many variables in there, and it's hard to kind of figure it out. Okay, can you do it now? Can you? Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. Let's go up here. So 210%. Oh, lordy Lou. And then these were at 240, giving us 252. Now I remember the problem. I rounded all of these up so that they didn't have the difference, because it was supposed to only be capped at 250 or 2,500, and it was something stupid like that. So I rounded it up because it was so much better. That is hilarious. Okay, so 2520. Boom, 12 of these. Okay. So yeah, that is why it's making it 151,200. All right, delete that, exit out of this, which, to be honest, I can't complain. We have a ton of power coming over here as our backup, which also means I might be even closer to, ooh, something's going on. I need to figure out where I'm off by. So we are at 953,000. You know what I need to do? I need to find somewhere to build one more alien power augmenter. If I can find one more thing that fits perfectly for that, I think we'll be great on power. That'll hit us to the 1 terawatt, just no problem. Sure, I claimed 1 terawatt earlier, but you know, you're that close. I mean, why wouldn't you? So all I gotta do is rip out some of this stuff, clear it up, and actually have the proper thing set up. So this one will be set up to here. And of course, clear everything away. And I can use this oil for some wonderful, what's it called? Plastic and rubber. This is where I want to make the plastic and rubber for my final build. And of course, this train station is also going to go. We're clearing up a lot of stuff because we're getting to the end game and we don't need any riffraff in here anymore. But that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy the build. Let me know what you think and get ready for the next one because I'm going a little bit explosive. Because why not? Anyway, have a good one. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Perfect. Yari.